You know, many people dream of being able to do something where they can change the course of history, where they can give some sort of information, or they can help, or they can be of some assistance to even just one person, where it can change their life forever. It can make them a better person. It can make them successful in some aspect of their life, whether it's business or whether it's love. Today is my time. Today is when I'm going to talk to you guys, and I'm going to discuss something that changed my life. I quite often talk about how when I first started on this journey to get out of the West and to just get away from this whole dating scene and the laws and the system that is set up over there, I quite often talk about how when I first started to where I am now, and how my whole mentality and who I am as a person has changed. One of the biggest things that I discovered along this journey was what I'm going to talk about today. And I want you guys, please, if you're thinking about going overseas to look for a long-term relationship, aka a wife, whatever, I want you guys to watch this to the end. Out of all the videos that I have made, this one here, if you understand this, you can be successful. If you dismiss this video, if you think that it's full of shit, you will not be successful. This video is something that is dear to my heart. I want you guys to understand it the same way that I understand it. And I'm hoping that for you guys out there, it can help you, and it can help you to be successful. The topic, as the title suggests, hypergamy does not need a fucking translator. Okay, so hypergamy. I'm not going to go into too much theory, I don't know what you call it, theory in this video here. There's plenty of videos out there on YouTube, and I'll put some links in the description below. Rollo Tomasi, he's like the godfather when it comes to hypergamy. But what I want to do in this video here is I want to try and get you guys to understand how it comes into play if and when you guys come over to another country to see if you can actually find a quality woman that possibly has some traditions that you're looking for. So long story short, so hypergamy is that a woman will never marry down. And I say marry, but long-term relationship, whatever. They'll never marry down. So they're always going to marry across or up, whether it is financial, whether it is social status. That's always how it is going to be. Now, this is not something that's just come into play. This is not something that we've just discovered, okay? This is how it has been since the dawn of time. Women are looking for security. They're looking to lock down a man that can take care of her, take care of her children, take care of her social circle. It's just the way that it is. It's the same here. It's the same in the USA. It's the same in UK. It's the same in many animal kingdoms. A woman is looking for, I hate using the word alpha, but like the alpha male, the guy that is going to protect her and protect her children. This is a far cry from the man, okay? And this is evolution, okay? This is how it is. A man is looking to lay as many seeds as possible throughout as many women that he sees to be a good candidate to be a mother in order to bear a child that is going to be a healthy child. Let's think about it for a second. Guys are always looking for a hotter, younger woman, right? When you come over to Ukraine or any other country, you're looking for a hotter, younger woman. It's just the way it is. I'm doing it, you're doing it, everybody is doing it. Nobody's coming over here looking for like some sort of romance with an older woman. Nobody's doing it. Look at it from the other side of the fence. The women are looking for security, okay? Back in the day, when I say back in the day, I mean like 100,000 years ago. I don't know, whatever the, I kind of think of it as like in caveman terms. She wants a man that's going to go out, come back with a leg of a mammoth, that's going to beat off any other guys, that's going to try and mess with her and her family or social circle. It's in our DNA. We've evolved this way. There's nothing that you can do about this, okay? The difference is now is that he either has a high-paying job or he has some sort of high social status. The woman is looking for that. She's looking to be integrated somehow, to be protected by his social status or by the income that he is earning. This is what a hypergamy is, okay? Guys don't have this, okay? Guys are looking for younger women. We're looking for women to have sex with, to reproduce with. Let's just relate it to our own lives. How many times have you seen, even on, a friend of mine was on Instagram the other day, and she was with a guy in a Porsche, and the guy was he wasn't anything special, but she felt the need to, do the Instagram and show everybody that she was with this guy in a Porsche driving along the highway. That is a classic example of what hypergamy is. The woman is looking for a man like this, a man that can protect her. Will he protect her? Of course he won't. He'll have probably 3 of her where he's going to sow his seeds. So understanding that, how does that help us if we're going overseas to try and find a traditional relationship? Well, here's the thing. In the West, as the title suggests, hypergamy does not need a translator. It is the same through every culture, through every country, through every tribe in the world, even through the animal kingdom. It is the same. The woman will seek out a man who can protect her, they can look after her and her children. She's a nurturer. That's what she's looking for. In the West, hypergamy kicks in as well. It's exactly the same. It kicks in, but it doesn't kick in here. It kicks in up here. Okay, you have to be able to protect her. That's how she has to feel. So when it comes to financial, you could be rich living in a mansion out by the beach. You could be a higher social status. You could be a singer, an actor in a movie, something like that. That is what she's looking for. And if you don't believe me, just have a look around. Look at celebrities. How many times do you see a celebrity, a rock star who is old, he's not that good looking, and he has this young woman? That's hypergamy. You cannot describe it any better than that. So in the West, for hypergamy to kick in for the regular Joe like me, or possibly like you have to have a very high standard. You have to be extremely wealthy. You have to have a high social status. For you even to get a woman that you would consider to be hot or a high quality woman. And I'm not just talking about looks here, I'm talking about personality and everything that comes along with it. Sometimes in the West, and I don't want to go too deep into it, but the West is fucked, right? It has so many bad things about it. This is just a small piece of the problematic puzzle. You've got the laws, the feminism, you've got things that fall out of our favor. So this is just one simple part of it. When you come over to a country such as Ukraine, there are other countries too, Colombia, Thailand, places where some of these laws don't exist, but where hypergamy still exists, because it has to exist, right? You have to understand this. When you are a foreigner, when you have money, and you don't have to be a millionaire to come over to a country like Ukraine, hypergamy kicks in at a much lower level. You are able to use hypergamy to your advantage. And I know a lot of guys here do it, even though they don't actually realize that they're doing it. They try and look flashy. They show photos of their boat and their cars, and they pull out wads of cash. That is what hypergamy is. These guys understand it on a real basic level, but really they're kind of screwing themselves over by doing it that way. When you're from a Western country, a woman will look at you, and hypergamy, depending on the woman, if she's been spoiled, if she's lived overseas with a millionaire boyfriend, if she's used to drive a Hummer, or if she in another country, or she's had all these gifts given to her, hypergamy is going to be hard to use to your advantage. But if you understand it in the West, understand that that's the reason why you hate the West, is because of this. It's no one's fault, right? It's evolution. It's in our DNA. It's in their DNA. It's just the way that it is. But if you understand it, you can come over to a country such as Ukraine, and it actually works in your favor. And if you've never been here before, just jump on Tinder and go out on some dates, and you'll see exactly what I mean. The woman here will look at you as having a higher social status. They will look at you as security. They will look at you in the way that a stupid blonde girl will look at a rock star. It is because of hypergamy. You can't change it. It is what it is. No matter what anybody says, no matter, you'll see interviews with women that say, I want a kind, caring man. It's fucking bullshit, okay? It's hardwired into us. Just like it's hardwired into us to find a hotter, younger wife. That's why quite often you'll see interviews in countries such as Ukraine where the women say, and I've even met women who have, and one of the worst insults is when I was dating a woman and I said, what's important to you? And she said, well, looks aren't important. I was like, but the looks are not as important with the guys. We'll put up with a horrible, narcissistic piece of shit woman as long as she looks good. That's all we care about. A woman won't put up with that. A woman wants a man who is a man. He has security. He can take care of the family. She feels protected when she is with him. So, For hypergamy to kick in, you have to have a higher social status, or you have to be able to look like you have enough security for this woman to be with her, right? And this is the problem. And this is what I want you guys to understand. And this is the conclusion of it all. Is that some guys come over to these countries because they've been sold like a dream that these number 10 women will go with any guy, that they're just looking to get out of the country. So please listen to me when I say this, okay? And understand this. I talk about being realistic in many of my videos, but here you have to make it sink in. A woman will only marry up. I'm not even going to say across because it's just going to give false hope. A woman will only marry up. So if you are chasing an 8, I hate you guys know I hate using the numeric system when it comes to rating women. But if you are dating, I'm going to say a 9, you have to be a 10. Take a look at yourself with your income, social status, security, everything that I've just discussed in this video. Are you a 10? Are you an 11? Hypergamy does not need a translator. It is exactly the same throughout the world. A woman may marry across, okay? You may get lucky. But understand this, where do you sit on the scale and where does she sit on the scale? And I tell you this from spending a lot of time in Ukraine, is that a 5, I hate saying it, a 5 here is a 8 back home. If she is a 5 here and you are a 6, you're in. Back in your country, she's an 8. Guys here will always fare better. They will always see Western guys, 99% of the time. As long as you're well presented, you're well groomed, you have a certain level of attractiveness, you take care of yourself, you will always be seen, almost always be seen as higher status. You're a 4 back home, you're a 6 here. You're a 5 back home, you're a 7 here. That is the reason why we do so well here, is because we're seen as higher social status, more money. We are a protector and we can give the woman what she wants because she is looking at us as a person that she can marry up to. I'll repeat it again. Hypergamy doesn't need a translator. If you're a 5, do not think you can come here and date number 10 Instagram models, a famous singer, regardless of what you think. She is looking for someone that can be on a level that is above her. No two ways about it. I want you guys to understand this. I'm not saying this to be a dick or put anyone down or anything like that, but by understanding this, you can be successful. And that is what my channel is about, is helping guys to understand how to be successful and to stop chasing shiny objects and stop being sold these dreams by these marketing companies, these agencies that are out there. Understand what hypergamy is. Understand that you can use it to your advantage. Of course, you can't be ridiculous about it, but you can use it to your advantage. Understanding hypergamy, I believe, is key. If you look back in your life, look at some of the things that's happened in your life with relationships. Have a look at what happened to you and think, did it make sense at that point? And here's the other thing that you've got to remember too, okay? When you come over here and hypergamy kicks in and the woman thinks that you are of higher social status, you have more money, you have to maintain that. Because if she comes to your country and she sees that there's possibly another option, she will jump and she will try and find something that is better than you. I know it sucks, so I say to guys, don't fake it. You know, people say fake it till you make it. Don't fake it at all. Just don't do it, because she will jump and she will find something else. And you can go, well, she's a bitch for doing that. It's in our DNA, man. You're fighting with like hundreds of thousands of years of evolution. It is what it is. No different to guys may jump and go to a younger, hotter wife. I would never do that, but it's in our DNA, unfortunately. So hopefully you understand what hypergamy is. It is real, with nothing we can do about it. Accept it and use it to your advantage. Hopefully I've helped some of you guys out there. When I understood this, it changed everything for me. I understood so much around me. It was like a light came on. If any of you guys try and look into this, I do apologize for throwing you down the rabbit hole, but you will be better off when you come out the other end. There's a lot to understand, and there's a lot to dismiss from what we've been sold in the past. So hopefully this video helps some of you guys out there, and if you like the video, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys next time.